Good morning, Morgan. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having
Oh
me.
my God, you are the future of music. Do you not see that?
I don't know about that. I'm trying. I'm trying.
There has to be a side of you that does think about those moments where it's like, okay, we're going to say something in an interview, and 25, 30 years from now, it's going to end up on a special on Netflix because I mean, you're going to make a mark in music that's going to be preserved forever, and we're in this moment.
You know what? I think that would be a good problem to have, right?
I mean, we are living in an age right now where I remember when I first got into radio, it was like taboo. You could not play two female artists back to back. It's such a different story today because you guys are dominating the music scene.
Are we? A big thing about even being on The Voice that I was saying to Blake when I got the four-chair turn that wasn't really aired was about females on country radio, which
Hmm.
has been a decade of strife, to be honest. I mean, we had 10% of the radio for a decade, and it's not been the easiest thing. So that's a big reason why I think I'm on The Voice right now. I mean, it's not been the easiest road. So we've also, it was, not to get like negative, but it has been said several times it takes like $7 million to push a female in country music
Yep,
versus like
yep,
a male
yep.
million. So, you know, I just want to say this: female listeners, if you're out there, they say that you don't want to listen to females, and that's definitely not my way. Like, I mean, Shania,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, yes.
Trisha, and Faith. I mean, there's just so many. Reba, Reba, let's just stop at Reba
Oh, let's
and
do it.
Dolly. Come on. So, anyways, but yeah, I do believe we're coming back, and that's what Blake was trying to say. But we have to keep faith, and we got to keep listening to one another and supporting each other.
No, I'm totally with you on that. In the way that I mean, when I first got into radio, there was that new girl on the station. Her name was Reba, so that's really interesting that you would even bring that up
Oh,
because I mean, it was like, who is this? Oh my God!
she's so cool. And you know what? My very first tour out of college, playing as a utility player, I was playing mandolin and singing background for an RCA artist named Crystal Shawanda. We ended up touring with her for 2 months in Canada. And from that point, Reba and her band has been like absolute mentors, supporters. Even last week, she let me just come and sit and watch her
Oh my
sing
God!
first. Yeah, my gosh. And she was like, I'm just so proud of you. More like, you're gonna make me cry. There's just an energy she brings to the room. And they actually gave me 2 tickets that I can take my mom to her show at Bridgestone on Friday. Like, they're just the best freaking people.
So let's
Like,
let's let's talk about the way that you brought Wrecking Ball to the stage. I mean, you guys owned that song. So I mean, how much planning and practicing did you have to do to be able to get your own unique version of it?
well, okay. First off, I think it takes like a special partner, and Stephen McMorrin ended up being chosen as my partner, and we're both from Nashville. He's been a songwriter forever. Like, he's had like 3 different publishing deals, and he's written songs for like Celine Dion, Jimmy Allen, like just lots of big people. So when we looked at each other, we immediately were like, let's deconstruct the song and talk about the heartbreak. This song is a heartache, real. It is deep. And so we both took it in different ways, I think, internally, but we were like, let's take it more in this like really like epic moment. And I kid you not, y'all, we had that figured out within 2 hours. Like 2 hours. We were so excited to be working with one another. And that guy can sing. He can sing. You I mean, it's a female song, so when a guy can step up to that level on like say like a high note like that, I mean, I was lucky. I mean, you don't know how your voices are gonna blend. So it was like kind of a round that you're like really anxious about. Like, you're like, oh, can we do this? Like blah blah blah. So when we got paired together, we were both really, really excited.
Yeah. You're in Nashville. I'm in Charlotte. We're waking up to a very cold morning this morning, aren't we?
Oh, I'm cold. Oh no, I'm in like literally red and black plaid.
See, your personality tells me you're gonna make it big in music. You're gonna go get your own sitcom, and you're gonna have to tackle both of those and be successful all the way.
You know what? We're all just hanging on.
Yeah. Well, you do live the life. I mean, you're on the road. You know what it's all about. Have you ever cruised over here to perform at Coyote Joe's, or are we going to see you soon?
I feel like I've been to Coyote Joe's. I know I've played North Carolina a couple times. But maybe, if that place is too big, I'm probably playing it. Like they think, you get on this stage of The Voice and it's in front of so many people. They're like, what keeps you from staying so humble? And I'm like, girlfriend, I just played the third side stage with, and I have a pizza box in my lap in my luggage, and I can't seem to get a lift to the airport. Like, so funny. Like no matter what, road life it is what it is, and that's what's so funny. It's just like there's so much that hopefully I do well on the show, but there's so much hard work that comes after it to stay in it, but you gotta love it, and I do, and this is just a part of it. So.
Well, and one of the things that a lot of listeners, and I don't want them to know what goes on behind the curtain, but there are many times that setting up your own stage or when things don't go right, how do you keep your cool and your calm? And they don't understand that it's a mindset and it's an agreement with the universe that I'm going to perform no matter what it's going to take, even if I have to pick up an acoustic guitar.
100%. And here's why I say this so much. I love like the listeners, the fans, the people that actually care, because I have to say it's such a give and take. Like if you bring it, I'm going to be giving it back too, like that's so beautiful about a musical moment. And this is why I feel like I will never want to give up this life, this hardship, this career, because there is no other energy that is different than that moment and that experience that you can't ever get back when you meet people and you're giving them like that feeding. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like that positive energy that you're feeling, that person in the crowd that might need to hear a song that might change their life. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Or they just need to feel like they need a smile that day. That is the beauty of music, and that's what we bring. Like that. So freaking powerful.
Oh, it's such a moment too. There are many times I'll be up there behind that microphone and I'll do a double breath because I can't believe I'm there. And it's like, well, and then you go, why am I here? Well, because there's a connection. That's why you're here.
Yeah, and it's not about you. I'm just a vessel.
That's
of
it.
What? Yes.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's just like sometimes you're like, man, why was I given this gift that doesn't mean anything to anybody? And like, why am I doing this? And then you have that moment, and it makes you pull through.
Yeah. Do you find yourself doing the radio station tour? I always call it the Patsy Cline, and because Patsy was always at radio stations, shaking hands and kissing babies and promoting music.
Hey, I love it. I love that. Patsy Cline. Wow, she was what a voice, right?
Yeah. And the experience, I mean, right into Loretta Lynn, too, because, I mean, I remember sitting down with Loretta and I was like, wow, what stories you have. And then when you go back and listen to her music, you're going, wow, she put it in those lyrics.
100%. That is why I'm like kind of like a crossover country singer, but the depth of my soul is absolutely storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't lie. I can't live a lie. I love being an open book, and I think there's power and vulnerability in just being open. And yeah, it comes with the territory. But the women that I absolutely revere and respect are so freaking open. Like they're not guarded, and they own it. Like Dolly and Reba and Loretta and Patsy, like there's just something so powerful about them, and they inspire. I mean, every day. Carol King.
Yes.
Oh man, Carol King.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching your career blossom into many, many, many successful stories.
I hope so. Oh, pray for me. Pray for me.
I will. I will. Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, Morgan.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Seriously, thank you.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay?
You too. Bye.